Alright, so it's been a really long time since I have created any kind of video, and eventually I want to create a video that's catching you up on the past. I think it's been almost like 3 years since I've posted consistently on YouTube, but for right now I'm just gonna pick up back up vlogging, and sorry if you can hear the outside construction. Um, and we'll go from there. So today I'm gonna go thrifting, and then I have a meeting and then some work later. There's some interesting updates there with my funding and work and different things. But anyway, for now I'm gonna go thrifting because there's this thrift store, one of the suburbs north of Chicago, that I really enjoy going to, and I always find the best stuff there. So I'm gonna start the day off with that and then work later. Okay, so I just got to the thrift shop. I went to a closer one because I'm not sure if I'll have time to go to the far one and then get home, change, do everything I want to do, and then head to campus. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head in. I don't think so one thing that I have started doing in the past like year or so is selling things on Depop. I've been somewhat successful. I just think it's taken a lot of time, energy, and also even space in my home. So I'm kind of rethinking whether I want to continue doing that. But right now I am shopping for some spring stuff for myself, and then also some more workwear because I'm going to start teaching again. I haven't been teaching because I've been in my fellowship year and just writing and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what I'm shopping for. Alright, so I'm in the fitting room. Not the nicest fitting room I've ever been in, but I have some cute stuff, so I'm excited. Okay, so I actually already had my meeting. I went to campus and then I came back because it was so quick. But I was meeting with one of my professors about a course that I'm developing and will be teaching next school year. So I just had some questions about what evaluation methods work best and stuff like that. But I thought now, when I'm back, I would show you my my Salvation Army haul. So first I got this Ralph Lauren shirt, which is super cute, and it has some stains, but I think we can get them out. So you can see the cute little flag. And then I also got this, I've been liking this brand lately. It's called Boston Proper. But it got this like cute crochet dress. And I think that it will be really nice for summer. And it's knee length too. I feel like I've been liking knee length because there's more places that you can wear dresses like that. And then I got this darling St. John's Bay jacket. I feel like it's good because I feel like I always struggle to figure out what kinds of jackets to wear over like little dresses and stuff. So I feel like this will be perfect for spring slash summer nights. And I also got the cashier to give me a markdown on the Ralph Lauren shirt because it had some stains. So let's hope that I can get those out. And now, sorry, I'm gonna get ready because I have, actually, what time is it? Oh, I have some time, but I start working as a swim instructor. I used to teach swim lessons during the summers when I was in college, and sometimes a summer or two when I was in high school, once I was able to work. But I started working at a pool near me recently just because my funding is going to cut off this July, which is another thing that I might talk more about another time. But I just thought it would be good to make some money before that occurs. And I also have found that I actually enjoy it. It's just kind of nice to go back to doing something that I I don't know, I'm like really familiar with. And I don't know if I said that. I guess I haven't said that on this channel, but I used to do competitive swimming since I was like 8 years old. So I really like swimming. I like being in the water. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get ready to do that. Alright, so it was the next day. I was very boring yesterday, and I actually just did work most of the day, and then I relaxed and watched some K-dramas. So there wasn't really much to report. Today, this morning, I like filmed a TikTok or two, because that is also like my new thing. And what else am I going to do today? That's kind of it, but I thought that, I mean, I'm gonna do some more work later, but I thought that I would just update you all on the state of my life currently. So the last time that I made YouTube videos, I think I was engaged, and now I have gotten married. I'm not wearing my rings right now, but I got married last year in May, so it's been almost a year since I got married. That was like a whole thing, and I do have plans to make a very long video about that, but that happened. I did the honeymoon thing. I decided to actually postpone my graduation, so I'm very close to being finished with my dissertation. And I went on the job market, and I had some interviews, but basically I didn't find anything long term, and I just felt like it didn't make sense for me at this stage of my life to basically try to do a postdoc or a visiting position when I feel I'm comfortable in this apartment, I'm comfortable in this area, and I'd rather just find jobs that I can do here before I move on somewhere else, in terms of like maybe teaching some courses. So I will be teaching some courses next year to make up for the funding that I will be losing because I'm in my 7th year. And I've started teaching swim lessons. That's a new development to kind of make some extra money in the interim. What else are the updates? I also got a cat. We named her Roma, and we named her after our honeymoon destination, which was Rome. So there's all of those updates. We're just working on revising the dissertation. I have a draft of every chapter. Not the best drafts, but I do have drafts. And so I've kind of just been in this weird purgatory of sorts. So I think all of that stuff kind of going on is what made the YouTube thing take more of a backseat than it already kind of had. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't think I have any other updates than that. I could obviously go into detail about all of it, but at this point, moving forward, I'm just working on revising the dissertation, developing the courses that I'll be teaching, and then hopefully being more consistent with YouTube and TikTok and things and stuff like that. It has been a while since I actually last picked up the camera, and I don't really know why. I've also been working on some TikTok stuff and other things that I have, so maybe that's why, and also school things. But today is a very sunny day, so I'm gonna go out and run some errands and do a little bit of shopping. So I thought that I would vlog today. My husband's just going to go find the car because he parked it somewhere on the street and he doesn't know where, so he's gonna bring that up. But my plan is to go to Old Navy because I walked through there the other day and I was kind of shocked. I have this towel in case I want to sit outside somewhere. I walked through there one day and I saw that they had some really cute stuff, so I want to go because I love an affordable little wardrobe. And I've been getting rid of a bunch of just like extra stuff that I have that I feel doesn't really fit who I am anymore, and it's felt so good. I've sent most of it to ThredUp. For like $7, you can send a bag of stuff and then they will sell it for you. I know there are some complaints about how they do it, which we can talk about, but basically you can even put stuff in a box because the label is good for up to 30 pounds. And so I actually did that yesterday. I just put a bunch of clothes in a box. And I also kind of, I don't think I've talked about it, but I have been selling stuff on Depop, and I just have decided that for the time being, it just doesn't make sense time/money wise. So I kind of put all of my extra Depop stock in that box to kind of just get rid of it so it's not sitting in the house, and dropped it off to be sent over there. So that's the second box that I sent. I was saying, so I have felt like I have now more clothes that I can wear, but I have felt that I don't have the right shoes to wear with my outfits a lot of times, and then I feel like I end up wearing the same outfits because I don't have shoes to wear with the other stuff I want to wear. So I've been looking for a pair of black flats for a long time, so I got this pair at Nordstrom Rack. Their brand is Naturalizer, but this is what they look like, and they're super basic and cute, and yes, I'm very happy with them. So, and they're also seem very comfortable. They were, with tax and everything, they were $33, which is not bad, I feel, and I think these are very good quality compared to what I was seeing at Ross and stuff. Okay, I might close the window because they're doing construction near me and it's very distracting. Okay, I am back and I think I'm just gonna sit down for the rest of this video. So I got those flats, which I'm super excited about. And then I also went to Old Navy. That's where I went first. And I got these shirts. I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking for at Old Navy, just some more basics to wear with outfits. So I got this shirt. It's like a boat neck crew, which is cute, and I like the neckline and the color. I've been very into pastels and softer colors. And then I also got the pink one, and I wanted a light gray color, but they didn't have it. So I might have to go to a different Old Navy. And these were $12 each. And then I'm still on my basics thing. So I got these frilled socks to wear with some of the new sneakers that I got. And then the lady at the counter told me that it's buy one, get one, 50% off. So I ended up also just getting like some normal like quarter socks, which I think will also be cute because I have like a pair or two, but I do not have a pack of them. So I got some of those. Like that. And then I just had an H&M order come in. So to be clear, I really don't actually like posting hauls, and I often stop myself from watching hauls of any sort online or on TikTok unless it's something that I feel is really relevant for what I'm searching for. This is more so me rebuilding my closet so that I don't have to continue, or so that I can avoid doing hauls in the future. So I'm really trying to build a wardrobe that doesn't require me to constantly change things out. So I guess I just want to say that in me doing a kind of haul right now, I am not trying to motivate people to go buy things that they don't need. And all the things that I bought are things that I think I can wear over and over again, and that are basics that will probably stay in my closet for a long time. So just something I want to say, because I've really tried to turn towards thrifting and secondhand stuff unless I feel that there's certain basics that I could get that I would wear often enough to justify me buying them new. So yeah, I hope that helps, because I feel that sometimes people online do not acknowledge that. So this is not a haul for the sake of doing a haul. It just happens that this month is when I'm doing this stuff because I did some spring cleaning. Okay. Although so many qualifications, but I also don't want to say that like I'm not guilty of buying too many things or any kind of overconsumption, but whatever. Okay, that's a long conversation that we can have another time. Okay, so first up, I have these sunglasses that I got, and I'll put a picture of the vibe I was going for with these. So I have really liked the sunglasses that Matilda Djerf wears. Problematic figure, I kind of know. But I saw these on H&M. This is my first time trying them on, so do not judge. We will see what they look like. I can't tell if I like them. I think I do. I think I do like them. It might depend on the outfit though. But my first impression is I'm getting used to it. So we'll see. But okay, so I got these plates. They have olives on them, and I think they're so cute and adorable. Thought they would be perfect for the summer. They just are smaller than I thought. I could have looked at the dimensions. They just look a bit larger online, but I don't know. I still might keep them. But I don't know why I'm putting my face next to it. Like, that's doing anything. But, yeah. I think they're cute. I got 4 of them for $15 every morning. And sometimes I might even just have an espresso. And I think maybe it's my travels to Italy and Europe that have inspired that. So I got these espresso cups with the saucer because I always I have a small espresso cup that I got when I went to on my honeymoon in Italy, and I love it, but I always need something to put it on, so I thought to buy these espresso cups, and I'm obsessed. Perfect size, and I have a little coffee bar that I'll put them on, so these are perfect. These I will definitely be keeping. I'm pretty sure I'll keep the olive plates. I just gotta figure out what I'm actually going to use them for, but that is all I have. Oh no, I'm fine with that plan. So you saw earlier that I did some work today, and then I also filmed a TikTok for this brand that I have been working with, and they sent me some samples on TikTok, so I had to do that because the deadline was today. Sorry, the camera got kind of off. Sorry, my cat is doing something, and I don't know what that noise is. She finds the strangest things to play with. So I had to do that TikTok, and I did some work. I'm very close to sending a chapter. Oh, there she is at the door. She pushes it open. And I'm very close to sending it to my advisor with another round of revisions. So that is very exciting. My husband is out for some of the evening, so I am literally just watching K-dramas and shopping for cat trees and some other stuff. Usually I'm like on ThreadUp these days or on Depop just searching for things. And that's kind of my night. It is literally 7 p.m. So that's the type of person that I am. But I thought I would take this opportunity because I have some quiet time just to talk about my content creation journey a little bit because I think that it's been a really long time since I've been on here, and I've now. So basically, I have always kind of wanted to do YouTube in some capacity. When I was like 16, I would watch YouTube videos obsessively online, mostly related to hair, because I grew up with a white mom. My dad didn't know how to do my hair, and so I had to figure out how to do all of that stuff on my own. And so eventually, when I got old enough and YouTube started to become more of a thing, I would watch that, and that's how I knew what products to buy and started my more natural hair journey when I was, in my around like 16 or so. When I like got a job and then I could buy the products for myself and different things. So that was my first introduction to content creation, and I always loved movies and storytelling. So I did go to school for film. I ended up going to USC, and I studied there's a specific name for it now, but basically like it was more the theory part of film. I think they call it cinema and media studies. That's what the major is called now. It's called cinema and media studies. So I did that, and I also did philosophy, which is what I'm getting my PhD in now. And so I think that part of me that always loved film and storytelling and some kind of filming / content creation in general was always there. I hope you're like kind of seeing how that all goes together. And I had a number of internships in the film industry when I was in college, and I would actually make videos. I remember and I actually recently watched them back. I made some vlogs when I went to Australia, and I would only use them to really catch up with friends and stuff like that. And then that kind of disappeared, and then I didn't make any videos for a really long time. And when I finally started my PhD, I remember thinking, oh, this would be a really good time to start making videos. So I did start making some videos, but it was just a really difficult time for me, I think, to keep up on them, because I started my PhD during COVID, and you would think, oh, well, you have all this time. Well, it's really difficult to start a PhD online. That was just mentally very hard, and it also just felt like I really like lifestyle content, but I'm also not I felt like I wasn't really living a life either. And then once school did start back up, I was so busy going to school and all those different things that I don't know. And I also don't think I took it as seriously as I should have. And so I would post videos, and I was not very consistent with it. And I remember I was so excited when I did get, I had this brand reach out to me from Italy, actually, and they sent me a backpack, and I was so excited because it was the first, I guess you could say, like, gifted collaboration that I had ever done. And that was really exciting. But eventually, I think it was when my husband and I moved in together. He's my boyfriend at the time, like a few years ago. That was another very stressful time because I was moving. And then we got engaged shortly after we moved in together. And then shortly after that, I started wedding planning / like putting together my apartment and everything. And I think it just was also another very busy time where I think I was in survival mode for a little bit too long. And there was a lot of drama with the wedding stuff, not between my husband and I, but more so like vendors and cancellations and different things like that I think took up so much of my life. There's so much that has happened in the past couple of years. But basically, yeah, so basically after that, so then we finally had the wedding last May, and I thought to myself, well, this is a good time because weddings are great for content. People love wedding content. So I posted a few of the videos on TikTok, and they did really well on TikTok, and then I kind of just kept posting videos about our wedding on TikTok, and then I posted through our honeymoon, and those videos did really well too. And everything has been going pretty well since last year. It was like, yeah, I guess last May. It's been like a year since I probably started posting. Around early June is when I started on TikTok. And I've done a couple of partnerships and things like that. So that's been nice. But I think I've started to kind of miss YouTube. I feel that I almost struggle with TikTok in terms of thinking about what to post. And sometimes I feel that the lane can almost be too narrow. I just feel that YouTube, it's more likely that someone's going to sit. So there's not really that same motivation where I think, oh my gosh, I need to grab this person's attention in 3 seconds. So I don't know. I just have felt that I personally miss what YouTube used to be, and I miss there being consistent creators. And so I've just started thinking to myself, well, why can't I be that consistent creator? I've wanted to do it in some capacity for so long. So my goal more recently is to be consistent with YouTube. So I just made my coffee, which is what I like to do in the mornings, and then I usually scroll thrift shopping, like thrift websites or secondhand websites. Sorry, I am being quiet because my husband is sleeping in the other room. He usually gets up later than I do. And then I give Roma like her little treat ball, or I play with her a little bit in the morning just because I think she gets kind of restless when she's not doing anything at night while we're sleeping. And or I have all my devices, or I have like my Kobo here, so I might read a little bit or watch some YouTube. And then after this I'll probably work out, and I have a meeting with someone from my program later, and then I also have a meeting with a committee member to talk about a draft of a paper that I'm writing, just like some ideas for it. They haven't read anything yet, but that's basically what I have going on today. I'm also using my new coffee, my new espresso cups. I realized I didn't have milk, so I was kind of forced to have espresso. But this morning I have ice, so I could have done like an iced espresso, but I just thought I would use the new cups that I have. And I also did this to my hair last night because I was getting so absolutely fed up with how matted my hair was. I don't know if I mentioned yet, but I have started taking swim lessons, so that has really done some damage to my hair, in terms of like, it's just hard to keep it not I guess just matted to my head. So I did these in the hopes that it will help me be a little less frustrated. I am considering braids, but then I'm thinking about that in the water, and I don't know. Anyway, I go back and forth, but I'm going to have my espresso and just do some morning relaxing.